Testing 1 2. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. Shalom, Lord Christ, bro. No, I got that right there too. I said I got that right there too. Man, it's hot. Testing. Yeah. You want some? Oh, okay. Are we gonna get started in like 1 minute? Hey, Shalom, sis, what's going on? Oh. Hey, Shalom, I don't know what's going on. All right. Let's see. You able to read from? You able to read from? You able to read from? The mic is right there. I think you can unlatch it too if you want to. I mean, move around. Which one? Right here in the security room. It's right there on the wall, like to the left as soon as you walk in. All right, let's get it going. Shalom Israel, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakathum to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar the Thumb Hashem Yahushua to the sisters. This is Wednesday law class. Not really so much on the topic. I want to get into the last days though for the topic. for a reminder, we are relocated on YouTube as ISUPK West Coast. So I mean, let's get get those likes, subscribing, all that stuff. Let's get that up and get back where we left off on ISUPK California. So once again, that's ISUPK West Coast on YouTube. I'm Precinct Officer Natazak. We're gonna get into last days. Always important to get into last day precepts because, I mean, it's the Bible says that Christ can come in like a thief in the night. You know what I mean? Like it literally could be at any time period. Like all the prophecies are pretty much, how can I say, pinpointed off of the time period of what's going to happen when he comes. You know what I mean, everything but a few things. But I mean, that's a small few things. But I mean, Christ could literally come at any moment at this time period. I mean, we got everything pinpointing that's aiming towards that situation. So it's always good to stay prepared, always good to be aware. I mean, live your life day in and day out as if it could be the last day, because we are very much living in that time period right now. But most important precept, let's see. Most important precept is Matthews 24 and 13. 24 and 13. I say most important because, I mean, as we still wait for Christ's return, we still wait within hell. You know what I'm saying? Within these conditions of hell, we still have to deal with these day in and day out situations that make us feel like, you know what I mean, it's seeming hopeless. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean, we got to understand, like, the Lord's with us through our struggles. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not going to give us more than we can endure. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is always going to put us in these tests, but at the end of the day, it's the test is to prove your strength. It's not for you to how can I say, to be defeated. You know what I mean? Whatever the situation is, whatever we go through, it's not a time period for us to feel defeated, because at the end of the day, we might not see the light at the end of the tunnel per se. You know what I'm saying? We might not see the how can I say, the accomplishment out of getting through our struggles. But at the end of the day, the Lord already seen it in us. That's why we were assigned to that mission. You know what I'm saying? The Lord already knew us before we came out the womb, which is why we were assigned to the certain missions that we endure. You know what I'm saying? We're not ever going to have any type of situation happen to us that we won't be able to get through. You know what I mean? Right. It's just getting to the victory. You know what I mean? Like when David was standing in front of Goliath, he didn't think that, okay, it was just about to be, you know what I mean, a walk through the park. Even though he wasn't afraid, you know what I mean? He wasn't afraid and he knew the Lord was with him. But at the end of the day, when you sitting there and you watching that damn demon in front of your face, it's different, you know what I mean, than when you're actually just, you know what I mean, walking in faith. When you see it in the physical, when you walking in faith, of course, our faith should be great, but you know what I'm saying, it's still like that. You still had that moment where you thinking like, am I really about to do this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is this really about to be like, am I really going to make it through this type of situation? But at the end of the day, I mean, nothing that we ever are going to be challenged with is ever going to overcome us. It's never, and not just that, once we overcome that situation, we get 10 times better. You know what I'm saying? Just for keeping our faith, just for having trust in the Most High, that, you know what I mean, in any battle that we face, he's going to get us through it. You know what I'm saying? Just for having that faith and that trust, that reward that he gives us after it, you know what I mean, that it's always worth that endurance, which is what we're about to get into right now. So if I could, let me get Matthew 24 and 13. Oh, Slaki. Yeah, 24 and 13.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
So in the end time, we're not going to just be sitting over here, you know what I mean, going to class, coming back, and everything's just going to be all neutral until Christ returns. No, we're going to be tempted. We're going to be tested. We're going to face a lot of things that, are going to put us in a space where we feel like, like, and is it kind like there's no hope through this situation. But that's where the glory comes in at. The Lord wants you to feel hope when it seems like there isn't. You know what I'm saying? And if a situation seems as if it's so, distressing, that's where you should be the most joyful, because now okay, this is just happening to me because the Lord finds me worthy enough to be able to get through. You know what I'm saying? What happened with Job? Job was considered a perfect servant. Now, if he wasn't a perfect servant, he wouldn't have had to deal with all those tests that he had to go through.
All right.
But if he was less than perfect of a servant, he wouldn't have went through majority of the stuff that he had to go through. But because he was a perfect servant, he went through all those different situations and was a representation for the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need to aim to be. We need to aim to be a representation. We need to glory within our troubles. You know what I'm saying? We need to feel a sense of happiness, a sense of faith, and a sense of relief whenever we are in our darkest moments. You know what I'm saying? And just know, like, what really the God we serve. You know what I mean? And that makes it even more, how can I say, even more of an accomplishment to try to achieve. You know what I'm saying? Because we actually have a power who is with us in our darkest moments. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to find a way. Like, it might not happen when you want it to happen. Like, cause we don't want to, we Judah, you know what I'm saying? We Native Americans, we're Latinos, you know what I'm saying? So we don't want to, when we get into our situations of feeling our troubles, we want to just hurry up and just bounce out of it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just like, all right, come on, Lord, fix it right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how we are. But the Lord is putting us in our, what is that precept when he's telling us that it's we learn patience through it. Freaking A. It's in the back of my head right now. And it's one of the easiest precepts too. But within enduring in our problems, you know what I'm saying? That's how you learn your patience also as well. You know what I mean? So the next thing that comes to attack you, you'll be more prepared. You'll be more stronger in the next test. You know what I'm saying? Then being just like, okay, well, the Lord just gonna hurry up and just get me through it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can sit there and you can endure, keep your faith up, keep your spirit up, keep on doing what you're supposed to do as far as serving the Most High while you are in your trouble, and you make that last as long as as it possibly can until it doesn't last anymore. You know what I mean? That is a special thing to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And that thing is, that's when you start to see where the benefit of it, of what you actually went through, and the things that come after it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like we just gonna get through our problems and then there ain't gonna be more problems just waiting at our back door. Come on now, like, you know what I mean? We blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in America. We used to dealing with problems every day. You know what I'm saying? Since we was young, since we was kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like problems go away only because we serve the Most High. Problems is always going to be at our front doorstep, and probably even more so because we chose to live a lifestyle that most people could never acknowledge or aim to follow. You know what I'm saying? We chose a lifestyle that puts a target on our backs. You know what I'm saying? As far as temptation, you know what I'm saying? As far as being tested, you know what I'm saying? Because that's Satan's job. Satan's job is to test you. And he doesn't find anyone worthy enough to serve the Most High. Right. So he's going to test you out to the point where, you know what I mean? Like, you just going to be like, dang, why is this happening? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the life we live. You know what I mean? Being in this truth, actually serving the Most High the way that you're supposed to serve him. That's what comes in. I wouldn't say it. That's what comes with it. I was about to say that's the consequence, but it's no consequence because we're working towards a reward. We're not working towards just being destroyed out here. You know what I mean? The Lord is going to bless all of us for doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? As long as we endure to the end, right? So let me get Second Timothy 3:1. 2 Timothy 3:1. Let's just keep on getting into like these last days because I mean it's just getting too crazy out here, man. These mass shootings, all this crazy stuff that's happening that people just ignore, like, you know what I mean? Our brothers and sisters just killing each other just for like nothing, absolutely nothing, for an argument, for I don't even think it take an argument no more. You can just look familiar. You can look like somebody that they don't like, and they'll shoot at you. They'll try to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like our people are like really just you know what I mean? We are really living in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah right now. You know what I mean? This whole LGBTQ stuff, like everything that's going on, man. Like it's becoming. People are just becoming. How can I say? It's just. I don't want to use that word. Oh yeah, most definitely. They're definitely being dumb. Yeah, most definitely being dumb. You guys don't know.
I was gonna say careless.
Careless too, but it's just like I would say more so on like just like savages, man. Like we just ain't got no control. We have no moral code. There's nothing like, you know what I mean? It's obvious that the churches have let our people down.
Right.
There's absolutely no moral code for our people. You know what I'm saying? There's no stop button. It's no like people not scared to go to jail no more forever. People not scared to face the consequences of what happens of whatever they're doing out there. You know what I'm saying? There's no moral code no more. It's like, what else do you look towards when you can't even look at your own belief system, which they think is Christianity? You know what I'm saying? When you can't even captivate your belief system to make you a better person, then what are you going to become? You're going to become whatever society wants you to be. And what society wants you to be is whores, thugs, bangers. You know what I mean? Just they want you to be the lowest grade of people. And you can see it within what they put in our faces. Ads, commercials, movies, TV shows, all that stuff, man.
Right.
Like our people follow their moral code is to do whatever our oppressors want them to do. You know what I'm saying? Be whatever our oppressors want them to be, because at the end of the day, our oppressors are the ones with the reward. And that's how they wanted it. They wanted to make themselves the people that you run to whenever you want to get rich. You know what I mean? Whenever you want to get famous.
Right.
Whenever you want to get some type of acknowledgement towards yourself. Whenever you want to just be a somebody. They made it so that you have to go to them in order to get that. You know what I mean? Before we were the, you know what I mean, the ones who set the mold. We were the ones that set the trend. We create the slang. We created the new dance moves, the new dressing styles, the new everything. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was taking off of what we did. Now they manipulated our people and made it seem as if you have to follow the ones that we put in front of you. You know what I mean? Go ahead and follow this dude. We gonna dress him up real nice, and we gonna make him a person that y'all can look up to. And what he's gonna tell y'all, the information he's gonna build to y'all is gonna be nothing but nonsense. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all BS. You know what I mean? He's gonna tell you that he had a dream that, you know what I mean, black and white children can live together, even though they over here blowing us away with guns and water hoses. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been happening for decades now, and honestly, it's at the point where it's at right now where Christ has no choice but to come back. You know what I mean? This place has been polluted so much to the point where if he doesn't come back, then not only our people but the whole world is destroyed. You know what I'm saying? This way of living that they've given us is a virus, and it's destroyed our people first, because that's what the real aim was to do. But not only is it's destroying their people too. You know what I mean? Like the Bible's saying that the whole world would be destroyed if it was left to our oppressors. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The whole world. So our people are destroyed first, and we see it now. We see the way that our people are acting. the way that our people are raising their children, the way that they, you know what I mean? Like, it's like whatever they did to us is being passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation. So now it's at the point where if we don't come in and do our job as, you know what I mean, priests of the Lord, then Christ's gonna have to definitely come back. You know what I mean? But luckily, you know what I mean, our organization is growing, like, you know what I mean, day to day too, as well. Just as much as America is being destroyed day to day, our organization as Isupk under Commander General Hunter is growing too. You know what I'm saying? And thank the Lord for that too, because yeah, most guys get the most high, get out of hand too, because real talk, it's a lot of people, like when you do camp, it's a lot different now. And we see it, you know what I'm saying? We see it when we out there. Like people, you could tell it's a lot of people who've been looking for something as far as when it comes to the Most High to grasp onto. Right. Because they know that the churches ain't got nothing to offer. You know what I mean? But they just like, they listen to us and be like, oh, this, okay, so I can actually listen to something like this. I can actually hold on to something like this. So that's why it's most important that we are out here, because, you know what I mean, our people don't have anything to hold on to no more. You know what I mean? And not just that, our oppressors are trying to shut us up because they know it. They know that the people are out here, they are moralists. And they're and if you really have a zeal for the Most High, which most of our people really want to get to know the Most High, they just don't know where to go to get them. You know what I'm saying? But when we on those corners, you can see they like, most of them is just like out of whack. They just comfortable where they at. But at the end of the day, those people who actually have some type of moral within them, they feel like, all right, I got to hear what these brothers talking about, because I have nothing else to grasp onto. I'm over here talking about, you know what I mean? I just want to be spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just choose my own path of following God, because whatever everybody else is bringing to me ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I mean? So now it's most important that we do our job as humbly and as aggressively as possible, because really nobody has nothing else to grasp onto. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. So let me get that precept real quick. 2 Timothy 3:1. Right. Right. Right.
Right.
Right. No, that's a fact too. Like what that priest is talking about, like, is completely true, because it's what they're using to make us feel like we can be accepted in society. You know what I mean? When you got the online and the television, all that stuff like that, that's what, when we want to be distracted from our kids, that's what we put them in front of. You know what I mean? In front of either the internet or the television. Like, you know what I mean? Now, what you're sitting them in front of is gonna be the end all be all of how your child is being raised, because it's three people raising your kids. You know what I'm saying? It's the mom, it's the dad, and it's whatever y'all putting them in front of when y'all don't feel like watching them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like, that's why it's always good. That's why it's very important to be that example of what it takes to be a moral person too. Because, you know what I mean, that's the main thing that's missing within our culture is morals. You hear people talking about everything that is just irradical, like just barbaric. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just bring up words like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got the women rappers, they talk about anything that got to do with their private parts. You know what I'm saying? You talk about the men rappers, they talk about anything that got to do with freaking trying to get some money. Like, it got to the point where it's just like making money is the end all be all. You know what I mean? Like, if there's no moral standard, there's no stop button to what you're willing to do to get money.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'll You'll get rid of your God. You'll get rid of your sexuality. You'll get rid of all that stuff just to get in a position where you got some dollars in your pocket and you can feel accepted from the people that you thought were important enough to, you know what I mean? Because, you know, that's all that women want these days. You know what I mean? Women in the world, they just want a dude with some money. You know what I mean? Oh, you got to have some money. You got to have some type of, you know what I mean? Like, you think they important until you start messing with them. And then once you get what you was looking for, and you actually in that damn cycle of being able to mess with that type of legal woman, you just like, okay, where's the extravagance? Y'all ain't no different from the ones that I just got done leaving from. Like, y'all got the same issues. Y'all got worse issues. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got worse issues. Y'all got freaking worse attitudes. Y'all got worse everything. Only thing y'all do got is, you know what I mean, a couple of curves and some looks on your face. That's it. Right.
Right.
Right. And Salakia too, like, why do we glorify it? I mean, but why do we choose that particular type of woman? No, you got it. Thank you.
Right.
You being programmed to love a whore. That's why. You know what I mean? Because this man's successful. This man is a rapper. He has a lot of money. He's flashing all his money in his cars and his music videos. Rented, fake money. You know what I'm saying? But he's flashing all this. It's witchcraft, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man's successful. This man is living a successful lifestyle. I'm in poverty. He's attracted to this particular type of woman. So obviously, I need to be attracted to this type of woman if I want to find that certain type of success. It's programming. You know what I'm saying? You got something, Ramon?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, so, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, that's the issue that we face in today. Like, and that's honestly just that's a tactic of war. You know what I'm saying? That's a tactic of war, and that's what all oppressors do all the time. They're doing it to Iraq right now. You know what I mean? They went in Iraq. They tried to manipulate the women first. You know what I'm saying? Give them the because, you know, like the what do you call them? What are the people in Iraq? What's they culture like? It's like, isn't it like the Quran? Is it? No, it's not the Quran, is it? It's they Muslims, right?
Yeah, they Muslims.
Yeah, so they like real strict on, like, you know what I mean, how they do they women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a certain type of way that they handle they women. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the way that they handle them, the U.S. try to come in and try to adopt their ways of how we do our women out here. The women being on top of the household and the men being second in line. You know what I'm saying? They try to take that out there. Now, them fools is willing to die for their stuff, which we should be willing to do. You know what I'm saying? We should have been out here wanting to strap some goddamn bombs to our chest. Like, nah, y'all not about to take our women either. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not about to take our daughters either. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? But, I mean, keep it real. That's what I'm willing to do. You're not taking my daughter. You know what I'm saying? You're not taking my daughter. Like, you know what I mean? You could try as hard as you can. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I'm not going for none of that. You know what I mean? Y'all might as well just go ahead and just take me now. Y'all not about to program my daughter, and I'm not about to, you know what I mean, my son either. You know what I'm saying? Like, my children belong to me. You know what I mean? They came from me.
All right.
So I won't even give you the opportunity to even use your tactics against me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that emotional. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they use too. They use our emotions to attack us. You know what I'm saying? They'll use a woman's insecurities. They'll use a man's his what's the word I'm looking for? His mindset to want to be better. What's that word? God damn. It's progress, but it's like, it's a word that goes with it.
His motivation.
Motivation. They'll use a man's motivation as a tool to destroy him also. Well, you're not important because you ain't got this or you ain't got that. Black men in America have always been subjected to being the number one wealthiest man in this nation. You know what I'm saying? Right. We've always been subjected to that. Right. Our men have always had to put in the extra work to be able to provide for our families. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like it's looked down upon. It's shunned upon. Like now, if you working a regular 9 to 5, you know what I mean? You're subjected from getting that A-list woman or they're so-called A-list women. You know what I'm saying? You're subjected from that. The women in the videos and all that stuff like that, and you know what I mean, dancing in the videos. You know what I'm saying? You're subjected to that because you work a regular 9 to 5. You only getting paid, you know what I mean, this amount. So you can't have that type of caliber of woman. You know what I mean? You can only have the woman that you're able to get, which is the best. The women that are not destroyed. Because if you got any type of, you know what I mean, genetic looks that go with what society wants, society's going to destroy you if you ain't got no moral code. If you one of those beautiful, extravagantness, like, you know what I mean, women without blemish, you're going to get destroyed the fastest. So when a man comes and deals with you, he's dealing with a monster. He's dealing with a demon. You know what I'm saying? Because you're destroyed. You've been ran throughout the whole neighborhood, you know what I mean, and you still trying to find your way. I mean, you got to a certain few that just like, you know what I mean, they don't look at their looks as something like that. But that's why the Lord says don't look at looks. You shouldn't be focused on the looks as far as when it comes to like your attraction towards a woman. It should be what she's willing to bring in your life. And what you should be wanting a woman to bring in your life is peace. You know what I'm saying? And if she can't bring you peace, then why are you even dealing with her? You should be literally only talking and dealing with a woman because of the peace that she can bring to your life. She can make this situation better in my life. I see that type of talent on her. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to bring her into my life because I see that on her. It shouldn't be about looks. It shouldn't be, but that's what the world wants you to. They want you to be carnal. They want you to be greedy. They want you to be, you know what I mean, lustful. They want you to be all these things because they want you to be destroyed. You know what I mean? They know who they are. You know what I mean? They know that they're Babylon. They know that they're freaking Sodom and Gomorrah. They know that they're Egypt. You know what I mean? Like they show you monuments to show you that they know who they are. And they praise it. That's their God. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to get into our God. They took everything else away from us. You know what I'm saying? What else are you sitting over here aiming to try to be? You know what I mean? You want to be a drug dealer to try to get money? Okay, you're going to go to jail for life. You know what I'm saying? You want to be that hardcore, you know what I mean? Oh, can't nobody talk to me wrong or I'm going to kill them. All right, you're going to go to jail. They got everything pinned against you. You know what I'm saying? So why even want to put yourself in that situation? What you should want to be is a man that serves the Lord, the real God in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the most hardcore thing that you can be, right? We never got to 2 Timothy, huh? Okay, yeah, I'm over here just. Nah, yeah, that's me. That's me. Nah, let's get to it. Let's get back to the subject though. Did you ask something, crowd? All right. Oh yeah. Yep. That's very important too. Yep. Because that's also another tactic that they used against us. Just no different from freaking God dang. I hate when I actually get up here, like, you know what I mean? Because my mind be blank. But that's another tactic they used against us. Like, you know what I mean? They use drugs, use welfare, they use all these things like to come against our people, and it's all a war tactic. That's all it is. It's all just a war tactic. It's a heathen war tactic. Now, you know what I mean? We have to learn how to be able to combat, because right now we're living in it. Once we're able to recognize it, you know what I'm saying? That's what the Bible says. Recognize who the person that's destroying you is. You know what I'm saying? And then recognize who that is, and then be able to fight back. Once we're able to start fighting back, oh man. You know what I mean? It's so many different tactics that we can use. You know what I'm saying? Like when we were fighting back during that time period where we were being destroyed and killed and murdered, you know what I mean? You got to look us up. You know what I mean? You got to look up freaking what's his name? What's his name? The slave that rebelled, Nat Turner. Look at the Nat Turners, the Gasper Yangas. You know what I'm saying? You look at these brothers, like, you know what I mean? Like, they had tactics of war. Now, were they successful? I mean, some were. Well, I mean, Gasper Yanga was. But at the end of the day, I mean, that just gave our oppressors a more reason to come back even stronger. Like, you know what I'm saying? And try to find a different way to come at him. Because Gasper Yanga was coming at him. Like, look that man up. You know what I'm saying? Look that man up. He was out there with Isupk, you know what I mean, putting in work. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like we have to be in a mindset where we understand who our enemy is, and that way we can be able to fight back all these different tactics that are used to destroy us. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be the best thing for us. But yeah, let me get that precept though. 2 Timothy 3:1. Let's get back on topic.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous.
Let me get that with you. 2 Timothy.
This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
So you see that right now, right? That's all you can get in a TV show, in a freaking music video, in anything. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see men loving their own selves. They're gonna love what they did in order to be able to get where they're at right now. Even though as degrading as it was, as unmoral as it was, you know what I'm saying? They love the fact that they can just sit here and just talk about money all day. Money. Even though these dudes ain't even really that, they're not even wealthy. I mean, it's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. When you're wealthy, you got something for your generations to come. You know what I'm saying? The men in this building are wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Because we're doing something that's going to benefit our generations to come. That's real actual wealth. You know what I'm saying? You men are sacrificing something that's going to put your kids in position where, you know what I mean, whether if it happens right now, because we are in the last of days, you know what I'm saying, or if it happens in the next generation. But the next generation, you know what I mean, you're going to see the benefit of what you did in that generation and the benefit of the people who chose to be around you and the people who chose to deal with you and still love you and support you regardless of whatever lifestyle you chose. You know what I'm saying? They'll benefit. You know what I'm saying? Because if the Most High has your name in that book of life, you know what I'm saying, that your name ain't being erased unless you give him a reason to erase it. You know what I'm saying? So this is real generational wealth that's going on in this building right now. This is the actual real wealth that's going to get our people out of wanting to be into that drug phase, wanting to be in that whore phase, wanting to be into that mindset of oh yeah, well, it ain't gonna get no better unless I do this and do that. Like, wealth, money is fake, and when you have money, you know it's fake because money is up and down. You know what I mean? A wealthy person will tell you that. You know what I mean? Money is up and down. It's either gonna leave or it's gonna. You find ways for it to just keep coming back. That's it. It's like fishing. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, that's what money is. It's just like fishing. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Either you're gonna catch a fish or you're not. But at the end of the day, money is not something that just always just sits there and stays. And people with actual money can tell you that. They're going to tell you that it's something that is just going to either come or it's going to go. It's up or down. So, I mean, look at Wall Street. I mean, it's all a gamble. So it's not real. It's like that image that they try to put, like, oh yeah, the rich just stay rich. Like, you better ask a lot of people who've been rich before, because a lot of people have been rich. I think the majority of people who've been rich are not rich today. They're living comfortable lifestyles and just a regular 4-bedroom home, 3-bedroom home, and just saying, screw it. Like, I'm done playing the game. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it be. It's not a realistic situation. It never stays. You always have to find something to make it balance. So if it's not real, what is real? Now, we know, you know what I mean, within these scriptures that the Lord is telling you that if you are enduring to the end and you're following his laws, following his statutes and commandments, and you are serving him until the end, that you're going to be rich, real wealth forever. So being in this truth is an investment. And our people need to see it as that. You know what I'm saying? You being in this truth is an investment. You're investing towards your children's lives. You're investing towards your life. You're investing towards your grandkids' lives and the life that you'll live when you come back here. You know what I'm saying? All these things that you're doing as far as like going through these situations, you know what I mean? Going through this time of trouble and going through these tests, it's an investment towards something that you're going to benefit off of after everything is all said and done. Once we get our people back on track, back following the Most High, then we get to reap the benefits of everything that we've done as far as working in this truth. You know what I'm saying? As far as serving the Lord. You know what I mean? Staying diligent, keep coming in here and keep working. We're gonna reap the benefits of it. You know what I mean? That's the best thing about being in this truth. And then the best thing about it is that we got brotherhood. You know what I mean? No brother is going to sit here and get left behind. You know what I mean? If a brother's having an issue, we always are there to help our brothers out. You know what I'm saying? If a brother has a situation where you feeling like, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, I'm in that position. Like, I hate to hear some of the things that we go through. You know what I'm saying? If I could help, you know what I mean, solve all my brother's issues, then I would, you know what I mean? Because it's not like we don't face issues. I got issues, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Brotherhood, if we all working together and we all sitting over here putting in our efforts to reassure that somebody is out that position of discomfort, then I mean, we all gonna be straight, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be straight until Christ come back. So that's our mission. That's because I didn't feel no pressure during this whole pandemic. And I'm gonna keep that a number one fact. You know what I mean? During this whole pandemic, roll out. Okay, come. During this whole pandemic, I didn't feel no pressure because, you know what I mean, I had brothers over me that, you know what I mean, made sure that I was straight in the things that I lacked in. So it all ended up working out. But yeah, go ahead and read that for me one more time, Ramon.
2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Right. Covetous.
Covetous.
Then they gonna want something that somebody else got. And they gonna look on the television, see that a rapper is over here flashing a whole bunch of hundreds and some Lamborghinis and stuff like that. He gonna feel like he want that. Go ahead, keep going.
Covetous, boasters.
They're gonna be boisterous.
Proud. Blasphemers.
So they're blaspheming. That means that they're blaspheming the Most High and His laws. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be sitting over here like, why y'all dressed up like that? Why are you guys sitting over here going so hard, trying to teach the Bible? Like the Bible was written by the white man. Like that's what they're gonna be doing. They're gonna be disrespecting the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, keep going. Blasphemers, what?
Blasphemers, disobedient,
not following the law.
To parents.
Okay.
Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away.
Okay, so all right, so these are all just like heavy points. I was gonna stop you at first. Let me get can you look up the definition of incontinent, and we'll get back to what it was saying as far as unthankful. Okay, so no, it was disobedient to parents. Okay, So disobedient to you know what I mean, people who could give you good advice. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you're just rebellious. You know what I mean? You don't want to listen to nobody. You unthankful, just like you just not grateful for anything. You know what I'm saying? Unholy, that means that you're not separate. You act just like your oppressors do. You live your day in and day out just like your oppressors do. You know what I mean? You're no different from, because to be holy is to be separate. In order to be holy, you have to be separate. You have to be separate from your oppressors. Now, if you're acting and you're living the way that your oppressors live, you can't be unholy. You know what I mean? You can't. You can't be holy. You can't be holy at all. You're unholy. You know what I mean? You can't be separate because you want the things that everyone else feels like they need to have in order to be successful in America and successful out here in society. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be separate from them if you're following the same type of lifestyle and characteristics that they're doing in order to be able to feel like you need to belong in your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So being unholy, being unseparate, you need to be separate. You know what I mean? Being in here is being separate because nobody wants to follow laws. Nobody wants to follow the real God in the Bible. You know what I mean? So being in here, being in this body is the only way that you're going to be separate. So being unholy without natural effect, without natural affection, truce breakers, you know what I'm saying? Like without natural affections, like you just cold. You have no morality. You have no substance of goodness in you. Right. You're just a person who does anything to latch on to anything. Right. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're just a person that just wants to follow whatever anybody wants to follow just to make you feel like you belong within the in crowd. Now, not knowing that following the majority is going to lead you into destruction. You know what I'm saying? If you follow the majority, you're going to be led into destruction because the majority is going to put you in a position where you are following the heathens. You know what I'm saying? Like if you following this person who followed this person who followed this person who followed this person, you're going to be led in a position where you following the heathens. But if you just follow you know what I mean? The Most High said he doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? So following somebody who doesn't change, you're in the best position because you're going to keep it completely 100 the whole time. You know what I'm saying? You're following somebody who's not going to sit there and break and sit there and say, "Oh yeah, only because y'all like to deal with the LGBTQ community. I'm gonna let y'all do it. I'm gonna take that law out." You know what I mean? And y'all go ahead and y'all just go ahead and invest yourselves into that law because you know what I mean. I don't know what I was thinking when I told y'all that. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High ain't breaking, he ain't budging. He doesn't care. Like he doesn't care what type of lifestyle you're living in the era that you're living in. You're going to either follow his law or you're not. Point blank, period. Right? So where do we leave off at? Without natural affection, truce breakers? Yeah. Truce breakers, just like a person that can't stand on their own word. You know what I'm saying? Which is what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? When you make your oath in here, you're supposed to stand on that. You know what I'm saying? And that's a truce. You know what I mean? I'm going to follow the Most High. Okay. Us agreeing to our covenant was a truce. You know what I'm saying? The Most High gave us the benefit of what it takes to do what he's asking us to do, and he gave us the consequences of not doing it. That's a truce. You know what I'm saying? We were truce breakers when we sat there and decided not to follow the law. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because Moses came and said, you know what I mean, do we agree to this? And what we say, you know what I mean, we harmonized that we were going to be following this law. You know what I'm saying? As a people. We sat there and agreed to it. All right. You got these laws, we gonna follow them. A truce breaker sits there and says, oh yeah, well, I agree to this covenant, but you know what I mean, the law is done away with though. That's a truce breaker. Makes sense, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's a truce breaker. Yeah, exactly. You sat there and you said you're gonna follow a law, you're gonna follow a way of living, and then you sat there and turned around and said, "Nah." And he said it's done away with. The Bible says it's done away with. Not knowing that it don't say that nowhere in the Bible. Not that scripture don't even exist. That was a man-made. I want to know what pastor even made that up. So I can go. I don't even want to say it online. But go ahead. What you got? I had to do it. I was gonna fertilize the grass in his grave. Nah, yeah, go ahead. What you got?
Oh no, I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, same thing. Like, shoot, you know what I mean? Like, whoever made that quote up that the law is done away with, like, that's not in the Bible. I don't know what y'all talking about. I ain't talking about nothing. Okay, so you know what I mean, the truce breakers. You know what I mean? Like we made a truce with the Most High. We said that we're going to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. We decided not to. We decided not to. I caught that. I was like, somebody tired up in here. Nah, but all right. So let's keep going. Truce breakers, false accusers, people who sit there and say, "Nah, you good, crowd, you good, you good." People who say, no. People who say, okay, so false accusers. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, just nah. Oh yeah, nah. It's good. I had my moments up in here too. She was, man, that slave ain't no joke. But okay. So false accusers, people who are false accusers are people who are just like, okay, if I can put into example, people who will tell you that you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. We see this in camp all the time. You know what I'm saying? When you sitting over here and you breaking down the words and the scriptures of the Most High, and they'll tell you, oh yeah, you're wrong for that. You're wrong. That's not the way that God works. But we're reading. We're not saying our own perspective. We're just reading. So you're arguing off the fact that we're reading this scripture that says in the Bible that, you know what I mean, God doesn't love everybody, or, you know what I mean, Christ was black, or, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, Christ only came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Like you're going to combat this. You're telling, those are people who are false accusers. They're accusing you of doing something that's wrong that you didn't do wrong. All you're doing is you're going on the corners and you're crying aloud. You know what I'm saying? You're bringing your voice to the people and letting them know, hey, we are not what you think we are. You think we're a bunch of sissies who just dress up in suits and tell you that you're supposed to live in a way where you got to be nice to everybody. That's not the way that the Most High wanted you to be. Most High said he wants you to do this, he wants you to do that, he wants you to do this. And once you start talking about something that's personal to them that they don't like, they're gonna be like, all right, I ain't listening to that. Wow. But at the end of the day, that's what we do. We go in, we actually push in the actual real mentality and the real culture of what it takes to be a server of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? People who are false accusers sit there and tell you that what you're doing is part of a cult. Oh, y'all lustful because y'all just want multiple wives and whoop-de-whoop-whoop. It's like a whole bunch of different excuses. Like, it's just like stupid. It's just the dumbest things ever. Like, people focus just on one thing just to try to give you an accusation that you are not really in the truth. Not knowing that you wouldn't even know that you were Levi if you were in the truth. If it wasn't for this truth. You wouldn't even know that you were Judah if it wasn't for this truth. You wouldn't even know that, you know what I mean, Christ was black if it wasn't for this truth. Like, everything all dwells within the household of One West. So when did One West sit there and change their doctrine and started teaching something that wasn't a fact? Because everything that you follow, I'm just talking to fake Israelites right now because I know they're watching, but everything that you follow is One West. It came out of One West. So when did it change? When did it become a situation where the doctrine was switched up and we started saying something that wasn't a fact of everything that you believe in today. You know what I'm saying? Like when will we expect and get that reputation that, okay, these are the ones who started it. These are the ones who started it.
Right.
Now, if I have an issue with what they're saying, I need to figure out where that issue comes from, because nobody changed anything. The Lashwan Kodash, it ain't a letter on there that got switched up because we felt like we didn't want to write it the same way. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a word in the Bible that we read in the Lashwan Kodash that we wanted to switch up because we wanted to make it a little bit easier for us to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, nothing's been changed. So what are you talking about where you feel like, oh yeah, well, that's why I don't deal with camps? First of all, we're not a camp. We're your elders, because your whole doctrine comes off of what we based it off of. You know what I mean? What the Most High based it off of. You know what I mean? Off of pure studying and, you know what I mean, just being just legitimate, like in this thing, like solid. It never changed. The decorum never changed. Everything stayed the same. And it stays the same as we continuously keep going and passing this down generation to generation. So I like, it's just, it's like, it's really like crazy to me to think like, what is your problem? Like, what are you thinking in your head to make you think like, oh yeah, well, oh, they teach this, but that's not legitimate. Even though I sit over here and got the last name Levi because I feel like I'm from the tribe of Levi. Like, it's like, where's your logic at? You know what you are? You're just a conspiracy theorist. You don't even follow this the right way. You just like what we say sometimes when it comes to like going against America and stuff like that. You're a conspiracy theorist. You don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, we'll say something that goes against America. You like the fact that we go against America because you feel like America is corrupt, and you know what I mean, you feel like, you know what I mean, like they poison in the eggs and the you know what I mean? Like all that stuff. Like you got something, grow up? Right. It's man, I'm telling you, they think that what we do, we're doing it because it makes us feel good. They don't see the things that the tests that brothers have to endure by being in this truth. You know what I'm saying? The things that brothers have to sit there and, you know what I mean, like throw some prayers up for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody has to have a prayer thrown up for them, because we go through our certain situations where it's just like, ain't nobody gonna fix it, but you know what I mean, the prayers of my brothers and the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think that you have to come up in here and it's just gonna be all daisies and, you know what I mean, like freaking roses and stuff? Like, no, hell no. Especially when you fall, man, you got a target on your back. You're going to be tested off of the things that you probably used to like the most. You know what I'm saying? You used to like them things the most. And Satan's just like, you know what I mean? I'm about to use that. Boom. Oh, yeah, I'm about to use that. You know what I'm saying? Things we used to do on a daily, like we just had to cut them off completely. And then not just that, even the way that we think, like we'll think like, oh yeah, I ain't doing this the right way. And he'll use that. So that's why it's so important to be sharp and be on your P's and Q's at all times, because anything that you do can be used as a mechanism of war. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you do. Like once you sit there and say, God dang it, like I must have not have been strong enough that day because I'm over here having to deal with this crap right here. You're gonna be like, oh, really? You had to deal with that? Oh, that was bad, huh? Okay, hold on. Let me add some extra seasoning to that real quick. Let me add some extra spice to that real quick. Let's see how far I can take this to see if your blood really in this or not. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the lifestyle we living in. But at the end of the day, what got you in here is going to be the same thing that gets you out of it. When you walking in this truth, you know what I'm saying? When you're dressing in all black and you doing your 90 days, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to say that. When you're doing your 90 days, but when you're doing your 90 days, you're dealing with something that is personal to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not for me to judge. It's not for nobody else to judge. You know what I'm saying? It's between you. And that's what you need to withhold through your whole experience with them being in the truth. That's why the Lord says endure to the end. Because at the end of the day, you're not doing it for us. You're not doing it for the title. You're not doing it for the kingdom. You're doing it because of how you feel, your experience and your personal, I wouldn't say personal, your zeal for the Most High. You're doing it for that. How you feel for the Most High, you're doing it for that. Because a lot of things are not worth what you're going through. But if the Most High has ever dealt with you like he dealt with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like my situations, as far as getting through life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in San Bernardino. You know what I mean? During the time period when it was murder capital of the world. You know what I mean? I wasn't touched, thankfully. You know what I mean? A lot of people got touched that was around me. You know what I mean? And I can't put that on me because I put myself in plenty of positions where I could have been killed. But at the end of the day, I was spared because of something that I can do. So what is it that I can do? What is it that I need to do? Because I've went through way too many experiences where I should be off the streets, but I'm still out here. So why not feed positivity to these streets instead of feeding negativity into the streets?
Right.
Feeding my young brothers, oh yeah, well, you want to be like me. I'm big wooty woo woo. You know what I'm saying? And I did this and that, and I was doing this and that when I was on the streets. And you want to be like me if you want to survive the hood. No, because you were one of the 1% that survived the hood. You know what I'm saying? And then not just that, you don't even know if you already made it all the way through, because you could just go to the liquor store one day and there'll be that one op that see you. You know what I'm saying? So all in all, at the end of the day, why not be, if you really want to bang, like, why not be, I'm priest and officer, you know what I'm saying, Karama shop. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not be that instead of being OG Loco from, you know what I'm saying? Why not be a priest? You know what I'm saying? Why not be a representation of the actual source who kept your ass, who kept you alive this whole time? You know what I'm saying? Who kept you sane and kept you, you know what I mean, striving and going through your situations, through all those things that you've been through. You know what I mean? Brother's been through jail. Brother's been through hell. Brother's been through all that stuff like that. You know what I mean? I mean, if you in Israel, you've been pretty much through everything. Everything other than death. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to deal with the whole woman situation. You had to deal with the whole, you know what I mean, life or death situations. All those different situations. Why not be that source that shows an example? The only way that I got through it is because of the Most High God. Because that's really the only reason that you got through it. Now, I'm for me, I know that the only way I got through my situation because of Most High. I mean, there was two solutions in my situation. It was either death or jail. And I should be in both. I should be dead in jail. It's like it up. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really the options that our oppressors have only given us. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've only given us so much to the point where it's just like, you know what I mean? You Black, Hispanic, and Native American up in here, you either going to be put in a position where we put you in cages, or you going to be put in the ground. Point blank, period. Because if you thought that slavery wasn't over out here, then you are sadly mistaken. Because honestly, even in the time of slavery, they were killing us for forms of entertainment. They didn't have TV back then. You know what I'm saying? The entertainment that they had be like, hey, Bujo, I'm about to go hang one of my niggers over here at the in the store. He tried to use a bathroom break without asking me. So what they do? Oh, Marianne, go tell you know what I'm saying? Go tell Bucho and all them that Bujo's about to go kill another nigger tonight. And what happens? They all just get their torches, get a nice little entertainment session, and they'll watch us have to be strangled to death. And that was their form of entertainment. And still today, What you see on the news, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans dying. You know what I'm saying? Being killed, being destroyed. And it's entertainment. So much so that it's in all of our music videos. It's in all the ads. It's in, you know what I mean? Destroying us is entertainment for this nation. So, you know what I mean? What are we going to do to change this thing? Because right now we at the end of times. And let's get back to the damn subject because I'm over here falling way off subject.
I still have that definition in continent.
Oh, a continent? Okay, the water, yeah, because we still on the same preset. I'm over here. I went 36 minutes. Nah, let's go. Yeah, let's keep it going.
The word incontinent in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, lacking self-restraint, uncontrolled.
Man. Okay.
Like it, because it say up here on the first one. I don't think that's it because it say having no or insufficient voluntary control over urination or defecation.
That's an example. So, and that's a good example too, because you know what I'm saying? Have you ever just had the moments where you just like, because, okay, how can I say it? Having to use the restroom, it's either you use the restroom or the restroom is going to use you. You know what I'm saying? If you ever been in that real point where it's just like, hey, that's why they give you restroom breaks in your slave. Like usually you ain't, you know what I mean? You wouldn't get restroom breaks, but you're supposed to get restroom breaks because they know that there is no control when it comes to your bodily, you know what I mean, bowels and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? So that's the uncontrol that we have. Like, okay, if you ever just had the bubble guts, either you going on yourself or you going in the restroom. It's not really an option. You know what I'm saying? Either or, like, you know what I mean? You can only hold it back so far to the point where it's just going to be like, you're going to go. Like, that's the uncontrollable urge that we have to want to do evil, to do wicked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to happen. We're going to find any type of way to be wicked. We're going to find any type of way to go get, like, okay, I'll use this for example. You ever smoked a roach blunt?
God.
You're going to find a way to get your high. If you're a weed smoker, you're going to find a way to get high. You know what I mean? If you're a dope smoker, you're going to find a way to smoke. Man, these crackheads out here doing I wouldn't say extraordinary, but extraordinary things just to be able to get them a couple of change so they can be able to buy that rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got crackhead mechanics, you got crackhead recyclers, you got crack. You know what I mean? The crack gonna find a way to get the crack done. You know what I'm saying? Just like how we can't, you know what I mean, hold that. So like it, but it's true though. Like if you dealt with crackheads, like, you know what I mean, crackheads gonna find a way to be crackheads. It's no stopping them. Nothing on this earth can stop them. They'll sell a baby if they find one. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that a crackhead won't do to stop being a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? Just like when it's just the same way. What's the word again? Incontinent. So they're being incontinent. You're going to find any type of way to be unlawful, regardless of whether regardless of what it takes. You know what I'm saying? So you're being incontinent. Like we use crackheads, weed smokers, like, you know what I'm saying? Weed smokers sit there, look for roaches on the floor, roll up a whole roach blunt. You know what I'm saying? Just to feel that type of buzz that he feels when he smokes a regular weed blunt. You got some?
just panicking because you ain't got nothing.
Right.
As soon as you find some, go through the cushions and the couch or something, find a few and roll it up, whatever. It's like it's comforting. Now you're at ease. It shouldn't be that way.
Exactly. And it's not just that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I used to, God dang it, I don't know why I'm over here confessing my life on this goddamn place. I used to get roaches and put them in a straw and smoke them. Like it was actual crack. Put them in a straw. Like I would put them in a straw and smoke it. Like it was a regular blunt, just so I wouldn't burn myself as I'm smoking it. Like, come on now. Like, tell me that's not sin right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to go through all those obstacles and not even knowing who smoked it before you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, smoking in general is just unlawful, but just like the simple fact of just not even caring. You know what I mean? Like, just going, oh, you know where a weed smoker's house is at, so you about to go travel around they where they live at just so you can find a roach on the floor, just so you can get your high in. Like, that's crackhead. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say that's down bad.
Yeah, you down bad. Not only you down bad when you smoking in general, but still, like, it's just like you really just, I don't know, man. I'm just you know what I mean? I thank the Most High that I'm not ever in that mindset again. You know what I mean? Where I feel like I need something that bad to the point where I'm about to, you know what I mean, put myself in crack vision in order to be able to succeed with it, because it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. That's brought back terrible memories. I don't even know why I said that. But well, okay, so let's just deal with Timothy right now, because we almost out of time anyway. So let's just deal with Timothy, because Timothy go heavy. Where we at? We were at
we was on
incontinent,
yeah.
fierce. Oh man, I ain't about to talk about fierce, man. Fierce is what you see everywhere. People are just very, very aggressive on everything that they do in life. I mean, like, majority of our women are going to die single. Majority of them. They might have a man now. They probably sitting over there pleasuring themselves physically now, but at the end of the day, they will die single. And that is a fact. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because once them looks fade, you know what I mean? Because you're supposed to grow old with somebody. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to grow old with somebody. Growing old is not even an option now. You got something wrong?
I was gonna say, yeah, because women think just because they get a lot of attention, these men really want you.
Yeah, they confused. It's like it, but too though. They confused sex with the goal of having a man. They thought that I'm supposed to attract a man physically before I attract him in a way where he wants to actually just stick around for him a little bit. But go ahead, my bad, slogging.
Oh, Con, you saying it? I was saying the same thing. Like, they think these men love them, but no, they just want to have sex with you, treat you like a hoe, and then send you off so you could be the next man.
All right, man, that's heavy as hell, because it's just like, you know what I mean? That's the norm of how the way to live for a woman these days. And I refuse to let my daughter live in that. I mean, if she got to be on an island, a deserted island, you know what I mean? Like, she will never, you know what I mean? But it's no point of it, because, you know what I mean, we got this truth, you know what I'm saying? We got examples of what a real woman and a real happiness of a woman should be. And everybody thinks like, oh yeah, well, they women just brainwashed and okay. Let that sink in. That's not going to age well. You know that, right? It's not going to age well, because these women are still going to have the same happiness, the same love and joy towards themselves and their children and their family. And it's going to age well 10 years from now. And what them same women going to be talking about. You know what I mean? I wish I can document all of them, because it's just like, you know what I mean? We got elders in this game who still got loving marriages. And it's not because they're being brainwashed and they're being controlled. And no, it's because they're happy. You know what I'm saying? It's because they're happy and they're comfortable in their own skin. And they don't need anybody to manipulate them to tell them what they should feel. And that's a fact. But go ahead, Karab. Oh yeah. We about to be done. I gotta be done at 8:50. So I mean, um, in conclusion, nah, I was just playing. Let's go. Let's finish it off. Fears. What else?
Fears, despisers of those that are good.
Despisers of those who are good. Despisers of those who are sitting over here. They don't give a damn. Whatever their man situation is, they don't give a damn as long as they able to bring that man peace. That's their good. You know what I mean? As long as they man happy, they happy. That's it. You know, I'm telling you. Okay, 10 years from now, we gonna mark the. I'm young enough to remember. To remember this too. You know what I'm saying? We gonna mark it off today. 10 years from now, them same people who talk they mess about our sisters in this truth. You know what I'm saying? About their mentality, how they choose their perspective. We gonna go to a freaking Passover and still show how much the smile on their faces have never changed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The smile on their faces have never changed. The happiness and joy and proudness in their bodies have never changed. They're still having a good time. They're still able to enjoy life. And you sat there and said, what? That they were brainwashed? Okay. All right. Let's put some stank on it. Because the Lord said he's trying to teach you patience, right? Okay. Let's see what the patience is looking like. You're going to be single and miserable. They're going to be still with their families, raised up. And then not just that, seeing the next family, the next generation being put in order. You know what I'm saying? While you sitting over here still miserable, still trying to figure it out. Man, the Lord don't tell you something for no reason. You know what I'm saying? The Lord tells you this so you can be seasoned, so you can live a long life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to deal with certain situations unless you're being put in a position where you're going to live a long life. The Lord is putting you in a position where you're going to live a long life. You're going to be able to see all the fruits of your labor being brought into perspective. You know what I'm saying? I see that now already. You know what I mean? And it's not even that time for me. You know what I'm saying? But I already see things being put in position. So, I don't want to be too far on that. Lovers that don't. Okay, where we at?
4. Traitors.
Oh, so you said despisers of those that are good. So there's people that hate people who are in the truth. Go ahead, keep going.
Traitors.
Traitors, people
Petty.
who turn against, you know what I mean, the actual true teachings of the Most High. Those are people who are traitors. Go ahead, keep going.
High-minded.
Okay.
Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
Okay, so they rather choose themselves over than choose God. I don't agree with this, so I'm just gonna go stick with these people because they teaching that. Go ahead, keep going.
Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof.
So you got a zeal, but you don't really want to really get to know the Most High wholeheartedly because you don't agree with certain things. Keep going.
From such turn away.
A lot of them turn away. They turn their back on the Most High. Sheesh, man, there was a brother that I seen that turn away from Isupk that I thought that would never turn away. Like, I thought he was all into it, and I seen the way that he dealt with his family and the people who turned away from him, and it surprised me. And then eventually he turned away too. And you know what I mean? Lord be with that brother. I mean, that's all I can say. But go ahead, keep going.
Verse 6, for of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with divers lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Okay, so all these things are going to lead you into sin. They're going to lead you into a lifestyle that's going to put you in a position where you are not following the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You are turned away from the Most High completely, right? So those things, if those things hit home to you and you feel some type of connection to those things that the Most High is sitting over here telling you that these are the things that are going to happen within the last days, if you fit that description, turn away right now. Point blank, period. Don't even think about it. Not in 1 second, not 1 minute. You turn away right now. As you're watching this right now, turn away. Say, fuck, I'm Slovakia. Say, forget that, and I'm not doing that no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? The things that you know, You know what I'm saying? The things that you know you messed up on. I'm over here about to get our new YouTube account taken off. We just got this damn thing. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, turn away from all that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It's the last days.
Right.
It's the last days. You know what I mean? But all in all, you know what I mean? That's pretty much all I got. That's all I got with it though. But you know what I mean? All those things turn away now. If anything makes you feel uncomfortable, if anything that makes you feel like you're emotionally being attacked, you need to check yourself first before you check anything else. You know what I'm saying? Check yourself first. Then get into the scriptures. Then get into what the Most High said instead of what you want him to say. And then go from there. Because if you're following something that made you feel insecure, made you feel emotional, and then you just said, oh yeah, well, I don't like the way that was said, but the Most High said it, and the Most High proclaimed it as lawful, but you don't want it to be lawful, you don't want it to be part of the Most High spirit, check yourself first before you go to the Most High with it. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want the Most High to test you on certain situations that you may feel like you lack in, or you may be weak in. Don't go to the Most High for your weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? You already know what he said was lawful and non-lawful, because we made our covenant. Our covenant stands. You know what I'm saying? If you need to read the covenant, just go through the book. You know what I'm saying? If something in the book that irritates you and it says that it's lawful, that you don't want lawful, go through the book again. Check yourself first before you go to him about it. Because you going to him is putting yourself in a position where you're going to get tested. And then you'll get tested with the things that he feels like you weak in. That's it. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahshua Barakatham to the brothers. Yahweh Shemad El Thumb Hashem and Shai to the sisters. The water for tuning in.